Hi everyone, this is Jim Pugiamsis. Our next speaker is Matt Green. Actually, I met Matt a little earlier this year, and we are actually lots of things in common. We are actually some Centennial College alumni, and Matt has an amazing story how he took an idea that was given to him and he just ran with it. And it's really an inspiring story, so without further ado, Matt Green, take it away.
Thanks, Jim. Hello, so I'm going to tell you a little bit a story about my website, which I bought recently, and how I got started with it. I recently bought a website off GoDaddy, and it's now titled mattgreenmedia.com. Basically what it does, it helps promote artists that are in Toronto, that are musicians, dancers, entrepreneurs, authors, etc. But more transitioning into the art scene now and meeting a lot of artists. Now how it started was in February, I was given an assignment in my Media Foundations course at Centennial College. And what we had to do, we had to go out and interview someone and just bring it into class, write an article for the teacher and just get the marks. But I thought it was actually kind of fun. So I met an entrepreneur who was very inspiring, and I put together a really good story. So I suggested to my professor, why not try it again? I'm in Media Foundations and I enjoy writing. Why not try it again for my portfolio? So I got a couple more interviews. I talked to a few artists and bands, and then I just kept writing. My portfolio kept on building. People started hearing about me a bit. And then I got to 10 interviews, and then people were asking me questions like, are you going to keep going with this? And then I got to 20 interviews, and 30 interviews, and then 40 interviews, and people are like, oh my god, how do you do this? So it was around summertime, and I didn't have school anymore, so I was off for 3 months, and I just asked myself, okay, what am I going to do for 3 months? I have all this free time. So what I did was I made myself busy. I scheduled multiple interviews all the time, every week, and either I would be out at a Starbucks, sipping on a tea, or I would be sitting behind my laptop for 8 hours writing up an article. So I kept on doing that, and then I started to go to art shows, I started to go to concerts, and I've met so many truly amazing people like over the past few months. And then recently I started going to a lot of meetup events, mainly entrepreneurship events on Wednesdays and dance events on Saturdays. There was one interesting thing that happened recently. I opened my drawer, my desk. I found about 200 business cards in there, and I go through all of them. I'm like, I don't know that person, I don't know that person, I don't know that person. So it looks like what I've been doing the past couple years is I take business cards from people, I put them in the drawer, and I say, oh, I did all this networking, look at all the people I've met, but I don't actually connect with them. And Jim told me about that. He said, you know what you should do, Matt? A week after you meet someone, give them a call. Give them a courtesy call. So basically what I did is I added everyone on LinkedIn, I called everyone up, and I met a lot of people for coffee, and I've actually started to build a solid network on LinkedIn. And now people are starting to call me and inviting me out for coffee. So this whole website transitioned from just like a minor little blog, .wordpress.com blog, and someone told me you should buy your own website. So I did, and I got a really good theme for it, and it has events, it has an events page that I promote artists, and I just keep going to shows that have artists there. I keep networking with all the artists. I got some new business cards, and I just try to introduce myself to as many people as possible. Whenever I get a card, I call them the next week, invite them out for coffee. That way I can build a solid network. And I think that's one of the biggest keys to success. Now, a couple projects I'm working on right now is a book. I'm looking into writing a book based on the first amount of interviews I've done. Originally it was for the first 30, but since I've done like many more, I can't even keep track of how many I've done. So I'm going to have to come up with some new ideas for the book, because I've got two interviews a week because I'm now in school. I'm actually studying first year journalism, so I've got that and the interviews on the side, so I'm getting quite busy along with the event, so life is going very well. So I leave you with this tip. My tip is, when you get a business card, always call the person back the next week. That way you can reconnect and say you actually networked with the person rather than just went out to the event and met the people. Anyways, that's it for me.
Awesome.